Well, hello again and welcome to Spurgos Thought For Your week. I'm Pastor John from Sun City Church. Thank you for joining us. And we continue our series on the book of Psalms, looking at Psalms chapter 49. And my thought for this week is that God will redeem my life. Well, Psalms 49 describes a people that are purely living their lives for the wants and the needs of this earthly existence. That despite all human endeavour and fame and riches, no one can ultimately escape death, and that both rich and poor will have to face the reality of the grave in each of their own lives. And here the psalmist highlights that while it may appear that those who live without any thought of God prosper, ultimately it is a foolish and futile existence to live your life without any thought of the Lord. For like any common animal, any person will have to account to the grave ultimately. Now this may sound a little bleak this morning, but that's not the intention of the psalm. Rather, it is the intention of the psalmist to focus our thoughts on what is more valuable than temporary pleasures and goals. For here is the simple truth, as we read in Psalms chapter 49 and verse 15. But as for me, God will redeem my life. He will snatch me from the power of the grave. There's echoes here that we see in Isaiah chapter 25 and verse 8, where it says, He will swallow up death forever. And again, Paul referencing to that scripture in Isaiah, in 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 54, he says, Then when our dying bodies have been transformed into bodies that will never die, this scripture will be fulfilled, that death is swallowed up in victory. So the psalmist is trying to encourage us that our hope rests secure, not on the wealth that we may amass in this life, not on our earthly achievements, but our hope is built on the God who redeems, the God who has conquered death and who has broken its power that is being borne upon all humanity by sin. It's as one of my favourite songs goes, in the song Christ Alone. The last two verses read, There in the ground his body lay, light of the world by darkness slain. Then bursting forth in glorious day, up from the grave he rose again. And as he stands in victory, sin's curse has lost its grip on me. For I am his, and he is mine, bought with the precious blood of Christ. No guilt in life, no fear in death. This is the power of Christ in me. From life's first cry to final breath, Jesus commands my destiny. No power of hell, no scheme of man can ever pluck me from his hand till he returns or calls me home. Here in the power of Christ I'll stand. So that's our thought for you this week. It is the God, the Redeemer, who delivers us from the grave. So do not live your life in fear. Let's not just simply prioritize for this earthly existence, but put our hope and our comfort in the power of Christ. For by that power we stand. Thank you for listening, and may the Lord bless you.